Protorius MAD, man. Machiavellic to die. Lil' Chad and Slender Dad, no cap, they do they thing. Friday night, the stream go live, watch the Phantom sing. Pop culture, his different movies, talking games. Going live on YouTube for the real ones, fanning all the flames. Rhyme a bull with bourbon, yeah, the drip is playing. Got the laughs on lock, fam, go there to understand. My cheese most movies ever, main character vibe. The YouTuber, the whole chat subscribe. Ascending up, bet we ready to start. All the laughter, all the takes so sharp. Grab your snacks, sit, dip back, come see. This stream buzzing, lighting up your TV. From a bullet sipping slow, low-key dropping wise. Lil' Chad with the solid tips, that's a W, no lies. My cheese most spitting facts, giving straight fire. Slender, that's all play skills, bro never gets tired. From a bull steps in, bourbon radiating. This stream buzzing, lighting up your TV. Machiavelli with dose. Oh, there's a guy called in up in that 70s rock fan. The guy called in up in that 70s rock fan. The guy called in up in that 70s rock fan. Oh, there's a guy called in that 70s rock fan. Shh. Did him say something?
Welcome to the show. It's nice that of all the people named, half of us are here. Now
bottom half or top half?
Well, you and Imp are in the bottom half of the intro song, and so we're batting 50, 500 on that one, because Imp is working and unable to join at the moment. But thanks for everyone else for being here. We got Slender, the co-host. We got Brahma. And the aforementioned 70s we do not have out of the intro song, Imp or Mad. Mad may or may not some point maybe be here. Who knows? We'll see. In chat, we've got Josh Hammond. We got our favorite Kiwi Smokey coming in there. FKHC. Tina. Davina. Copied Kitty. Eric joining the chat. Thanks for being here. And on the Rumble side, Jeff, do we know what the normal screen name is if there's a Rumble with Jeff over Rumble? Brahma, are you muted?
Yeah, you're muted.
Or he's just going to mute himself. The smoking's finally done it.
Technical difficulties.
I'm guessing
Nope.
his soundboard is probably filtering him.
Dude, you keep shaking your head, but nobody can hear you.
We can't hear you.
Oh no, yeah.
And now we're batting under 500 then.
Oh, he'll be back. He'll be back. Everybody have a lovely week, I would imagine. Good stuff.
Bloody cold here.
It can't
In
decide
Alberta.
what it wants to be here.
It's up and down like the Assyrian Empire.
We we were looking at like 45 this morning, and then the wind came, and now it's like in the teens.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, but it's minus 30 degrees centigrade here, which is colder than a witch's tit. I had to take the dog out for a walk at about 5 o'clock, and my hands were frozen despite the number of layers I was wearing.
Working now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yes. All right.
I was shaking my head because you guys were making suggestions, and I was saying, no, that wasn't it.
Okay.
But I just kept seeing you open your mouth to say stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what he's saying.
Well, Chad was talking about the soundboard, and I said, nope.
Well, I mean, it's not like it wouldn't be the first time that it was the soundboard.
Oh, I know. But that was the first thing I look at if somebody says I'm muted. All it took was a refresh. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Chicago is looking to get a 57-degree Christmas. Maybe that'll help them keep the Bears. Who knows?
The beers.
Yeah, his avatar looks like he's loaded to bear, which could be helpful for some of the topics we got going on. tonight.
Ready to fight.
About?
Alright. Gaming.
Oh.
Anyway, all
I'm
right,
trying to find the article, but 70s is right. It's buried. There are so many articles. There are like over 5 pages of articles that have come out in just the last 2-3 days.
I think I can find the one that we might want to use, so I'll have a look for that. Yeah. So, video games. It was just because it's there's more to it than meets the eye. The fact that Larian is being attacked is not because of the reasons they're attacking it, like all these things, of course. They even tried to drag it clear obscure Exposition 33 into it. It's an AI argument as to how they're presenting it, but really it's the Jason Schreier interview with the CEO of Larian was completely and deliberately taken out of context in order to attack Larian and bring them down. So now we've got all these developers and artists and others on Twitter who have not read the full article and seen the way that the words were twisted, condemning Larian bitterly and bringing up this firestorm of, oh, well, everything's going to be AI from Larian and how dare they, you know. It's not quite what they said.
It sounds like they were discussing more like they're going to start experimenting with it.
Mm.
And
Well,
here's the thing, right? It's a fucking tool. Just get used to it. You're gonna see it used more and more in more and more things, and you can hate it all you want. But I always go back to this when the people like the AI artists, when the people complain about AI art. I always go back to, do you remember when drawing tablets came out? All the old pen and ink guys, all the sketchers and the inkers were like, drawing tablets aren't real art.
yeah, I mean, I understand the argument, and I'm not against the argument that if you're asking AI to draw you up some concept art, that it's going to go pull from somebody's art that then gets taken without attribution. But if you're drawing from your own art, because you're an artist, and you want to save some time to say, well, what did I do there in that, scene, in that game? Draw me something like that, except blah, blah, blah. Then you're using it to do your own stuff.
Yeah.
Or if you're using it to compile references to your own game's lore, because there's so much of it that you can't remember, there's nothing wrong with that, I don't think. It's just using it as a very clever search engine then, and compiling. You're saving time by compiling. And the Larian CEO was saying we're not replacing the artists. It's tools that people like the artists will want to use.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see some sides or both sides of the argument, but the way that Jason Schreier's article that everyone attacked Larian for was slanted. He was deliberately trying to bait the guy into saying, oh, well, we're going to use it to do this and we're going to use it to do that. And he didn't say any of those things, but when the article came out, it was, Larian say they're going to use AI for art and they're going to use AI for this level design and this and that and the other. He didn't really say that, the CEO.
Just keep doing it. It's fine. Yeah. I'm glad they're doing it because they've turned AI into the latest buzzword. Just keep using it all the time like this. Clear the field. No one will give a shit when you say the term AI inside a year. Just like no one gives a shit when you call them a bigot anymore. No one gives a shit about racist. No one gives a shit about Nazi. No one gives a shit about any of those words because you took all their power. I mean, how are you going to complain about AI being in video games? AI has been in video games forever.
Yeah, and he didn't even necessarily talk about AI. He was talking about machine learning, which I guess could be slightly differently. You can't put the genie back in the bottle.
Mm-mm. It's out.
You
better learn to work with it.
Yeah, it's how you use it, and I agree. We don't want artists to be discarded, but then for some machine AI that's going to do it, and somebody who isn't an artist controlling it, I'm fine with that. But it's a microcosm of the discussion we should be having about AI in society in general, because its impact on video games is one thing. That's just a slice of the entertainment world. It's going to have a
Yeah,
huge impact in other places.
I guess my question would be, why would it be a big deal if artists are discarded for AI when you're going to have tons of different industries affected by AI
Well,
that people are going
exactly.
to lose their jobs?
Voice actors.
Why is this one
Yeah.
special?
So it's right. Scream all you like about that, but soon the tons
And that's a
tons
little
of other
bit devil's
people are losing.
advocate, because
Oh, you're right.
I don't like the idea of most of us getting replaced in our jobs, but
Mhm.
it's inevitable.
Well,
Question
I
is,
think
what
it
are we
is.
going to be doing when that replacement starts?
Well,
Because
here's
you're
the
going to have to
thing.
earn money somehow.
So I would not worry as much as people are making it out to be. I don't know how much you guys have used AI tools
A little bit here and there.
in
Yeah.
a business sense,
Oh, not in business, no.
but in a business sense, they are generative AI is really not ready for prime time in
No.
making fine judgments. It really spits out some hilariously stupid thing. It's perfectly fine summarizing a text, but if you actually ask it to go beyond summary and start interpreting text, people are getting into a lot of trouble because the AI is not good for that. I also would say if you look historically, every time new technology comes out, people start bitching that it's going to take all the jobs. It doesn't take all the jobs. The work we do evolves. People evolve in terms of the workplace and things like that. I think AI will be a new, like the computer. Remember when computers started coming in? I don't want to date themselves, but since we're all old enough, I think, in this panel to remember a time when computers weren't everywhere. Everybody said computers were going to completely eliminate everybody's jobs. And they didn't. You started learning to be more productive. Like the people who are productive, like if you work in accounting and finance, instead of doing it on a double column ledger, two double account bookkeeping, you're doing it on a computer version of it. You're using a tool. Like to Slender's point with art, I remember from specifically in comic book communities with the artists, people who hand drew, right? There's the hand drawn art. And then when computer drawing tablets came out in the 90s, late 90s, and really became very popular for artists in the 2000s. The hand drawing artists who could not keep up at all with digital artists, right? The amount of pages that digital artists could pump out because they could use things like layers where they could use pre-made assets and you could start layering in, or you could copy like your background. If you were doing sequential art on a comic book, you could just bring your background forward without having to draw the whole thing fucking again. Hand-drawn artists were completely saying that these people were cheating, that they're not really artists, that they're using fake tools, like the computer's drawing.
And they refused to learn the new tools, and as a result, the digital artists were able to produce a better product in less time. Why the hell would you want a hand-drawn artist if he's like, well, I know your digital artist guy can turn this whole fucking book around in a week, but if you give me 6 months, I'll do an inferior version? I'm sorry? No?
And all right, so I see this brought up a lot. There were record layoffs. And then they turned around and those same tech companies who made record layoffs made record requests for H-1B visas.
They did.
So this is the thing they'll keep trying to like gaslight you with. Like AI is taking all the jobs. They're going to lay off all the jobs. Bullshit. It's bullshit. This is more of a bullpen topic, but really Microsoft, Oracle, any tech company that's doing these layoffs, you can immediately find right after they announce layoffs listings for H-1B
H-1Bs.
visas doing engineering and tasks. AI is a tool that still requires humans to maximize what you're getting from it. And these record layoffs are because it's not because companies are no longer needing this number of employees. It's because companies are using AI as a mask to outsource their jobs to India. And I'm not going to be conspiratorial and point out that most of the major tech companies now have CEOs of Indian descent and then immediately turn around and start outsourcing
Hire only Indians.
thousands and thousands of jobs specifically to India. But, you can look that up and see the correlation right for yourself.
Also, Davina, people don't put JPEGs in the Louvre yet.
Yet, indeed.
Yet.
I like Tina's point about management expecting people to do more in the same amount of time. That's been the case for every technological advance brought into the workplace since I can remember. And I was in the workplace
the whole
before
point
there
is
was
to
computers.
increase efficiency, right?
Yeah, they said, "Oh, we're going to give you all PCs to do your work, and life's going to be easier for you." No, they expect you to do 10 times more work. So every technology that's ever been brought into the workplace has resulted in you as an individual having to do more, not your job being easier necessarily. So
the main thing I use
AI
AI
is the
for
same.
at work is I will give it giant pools of data, and I will have it parse that data out and sort that data for me based on
It's
my instructions.
absolutely got uses. Yeah.
Then once that data is sorted, I will tell it, hey, here's what I'm trying to accomplish with this data. What equations do I need to run against it? And it'll give me all the equations I need. And I'll like, okay, run that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
it
right.
really just it's basically a calculator that I can just tell what I want.
Exactly. A very fast calculator, compiler of information, etc., etc. But the whole Larian blow up with Jason Schreier has got three things about it that interested me. First of all, Jason Schreier's attempt to try and make Larian a villain after Baldur's Gate 3 has been so successful, and to try and disturb their new game, Divinity, from the start, because Schreier's a very disingenuous guy. And the other point was what to Brahma's point was, so a few artists might lose their jobs for AI. I think we're going to have bigger problems than that in society anyway. And one of those problems is data, the power requirements and the water requirements and the land requirements for all this AI, and the prices of everything that's used, the chips and the memory and whatever, but the power that's getting you. There's not enough power generation in the grid to do what these people want to do.
And like for the next 5 years or so, RAM is going to be through the roof because major consumer producers of RAM have pulled completely out of the consumer market and are now just making RAM for these companies that are working on their AI.
Yeah.
About 40% of it.
That's going to blow up in their faces because they're not going to need... Once they have the RAM, they have the RAM. Like 5 years down the road, they're not going to need a whole bunch more.
But yeah,
They're
the water
expecting
power
it to continue expanding and expanding. And
You're going to run out of fucking land.
Yes, land. And that's why you've got people like Bill Gates suddenly saying, well, climate change isn't an issue anymore. Well, of course, because you want to produce massive amounts of power to satisfy
fair,
these centers.
It's not just the power. These data centers, if you're talking, if you are
the power, the water,
the heat generation of those mother effers.
You're living in some poor little town out the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden 5,000 acres of land is bought, and all your water starts getting used for that center, and your power grid collapses, and
you're getting brownouts. You go to get yourself a glass of water, and nothing comes out of the faucet.
So this is a good example of where, and this is again more of a bullpen topic, where traditional conservatism is fucked on this issue because you 100% should be charging pet data centers premium fees for this use. Like right now, the traditional conservative position is they come in and they don't, they end up driving up power costs for everybody. Like I know Slender's probably had this too. My electric bill, and maybe Brahma's seen it too. Electric bill is up like 25-30%.
Oh,
And
mine's
it's
gone from
because-
300 to 600 most months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got the notification at the beginning of the year that they were raising their prices.
But I
Speak-
believe Trump did address this, and it may be in the big beautiful bill. But any new data centers that are planning on going up are going to have to include their own power generation. So you're going
Wow.
to see power plants being built in conjunction with the data centers. If he got that through, I'm
There's
not.
lots of coal they could use.
There were multiple stories about that about a month and a half ago, but I'm not sure if it was part of the big beautiful bill or if it was something he was proposing or if it was an executive order. But
Well, they need these
We'll see.
little fast.
because
is it
he's got all
thorium-
these companies
thorium
coming
reactors?
in.
The thorium reactors, the smaller, more
Yeah, and
portable
the
reactors.
well, that and what is it? Salt-based, batteries rather than lithium.
Right.
That's
I'm
gonna
just
be.
getting sick of all these tech companies using my tax dollars to develop a product, and then expecting me to pay for it when I already fucking did.
Yep.
Yeah, they could very
Like,
well
you
be
used
an
my
energy
money.
collapse. Is the grid even capable of handling all this extra power generation required? I mean, you look at the grids in most developed countries have not been not a lot of money's been spent on them
Weirdly
since
tell
the
you-
enough,
70s.
I can tell
weirdly
you.
enough, if
oh,
it wasn't the government taking my money and giving it to you, if it was me giving you the money directly, I'd be considered an investor and be entitled
Yes.
to a bit of a dividend on your profits when you sell that fucking product. So why the hell is it that I get taxed? I build your facility, I develop your AI, I contribute to the R&D, I have to pay higher bills because of all the cooling and electricity, and then you want me to pay for the thing too? No, fuck you.
That's why also you've got people like Elon Musk touting universal basic income because they know we're all going to get thrown out of work.
I don't think he's touting universal basic income.
I don't think we're there yet.
Number one, as
I also
evidence-
think the human species will collapse if we ever get to a point of universal basic income.
Well, no, universal basic income doesn't actually exist because as soon as you set whatever the universal basic income is, everything else will
Cost
go up
rise
in
to
price.
match.
Indeed.
Yeah. So,
But then
isn't
you
that-
have to have universal
Oh, you mean like
cost
they did
control.
with college for the past 50
And then
years?
Well-
you've got North Korea.
Well, the minimum wage is proved that concept a million times over. As soon as you set
Yeah,
minimum
because
wage,
fast
costs-
food costs about the same as going out to a actual restaurant now because of minimum wage. Because restaurants are still operating at a lower minimum wage with tip, but McDonald's is freaking $20 an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
McDonald's value meal costs $15. For me to get a plate of Chinese food at the closest Chinese restaurant, $16.95. I'll take the restaurant quality food over the McDonald's if I have the choice for the same, close to the
Exactly.
same price.
I miss way back in the day, like 2002, 2003. I would hit up this little Chinese food joint just off the pier, and for $4.95, I would get the chicken and broccoli, and it was such a huge plate of chicken and broccoli that I would have it for lunch, and I'd put the leftovers away, and I could bring it home and have the leftovers for
Yeah.
dinner.
You can
Yeah, we
still
had a
do
place
that.
where you could get Chinese food by the scoop, 75. Well, it used to be 50 cents per scoop. It's up to I think $2.95 a scoop now
Yeah.
at the exact same place. That's
Well, yeah.
from 2000 to now.
The Chinese place we use in town here, when we get a meal from it, we are eating it for 3 days because the portions are pretty big still. I know the price has gone up a bit, but the portions are still big.
Trick is to order it before 3 o'clock,
That's right.
before they switch over to a dinner menu.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
the
we
same. It's the same thing, only,
do on the
they,
lunch menu. Yeah.
yeah, it's just not the lunch menu. So
But
Indeed.
on going back to the gaming implementation of AI, the idea that there should be no AI in games when there's so much fucking potential for it, like, I thought, oh, you know what would be really cool? You hire a whole bunch of voice actors, right? You pay them a premium, right, to train your AI voice models for that one game. That way they know that there'll be more business coming back if the game is successful and you want to do another game, you're going to bring them back for a new game, right? You then take the AI language models and you apply that too. Then you apply personalities and traits to all the NPCs, and you don't give them set conversation box, dialogue options. They will tailor their responses based on what the character says to them.
Interesting.
That would be, replayability would shoot through the fucking roof at that point. There are mods where you can do it with characters in Skyrim already.
But that wouldn't that leave you with a very open-ended story, though? I mean, how do you get the story to proceed
Well,
if you as the player refuse to ask the right
You
questions?
add levels of procedural generation.
Right.
Like there are certain things that it will tell you, or certain keywords that it will deliver specific lines for,
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
And if you're
But yeah,
just
there's-
fucking retarded, then maybe you'll never figure it out. But you'll
But
have a
there-
fun conversation.
But they can gatekeep all they like. There's going to be AI used in gaming, like it's going to be used in everything else. And the attack on Larian, prompted by Jason Schreier, who's got no credibility in my book, is purely because they don't like them. They didn't like the success of Baldur's Gate 3, and they want to drag it down. Especially as they've told the wokesters at Wizards from the Coast to go fuck themselves. So now let's attack Larian. And certainly the studios that he likes are ones that are threatened by the success of games from people like Larian.
Well,
So,
everybody knows Baldur's Gate 4 is going to be a pile of shit.
absolutely. And it will be threatened badly by the next Divinity that they're making.
I have not confirmed it yet because we don't have a whole lot of information. We just know that Baldur's Gate 4 is coming. But it is very likely that the creative director for Dragon Age the Veilguard is the creative director for Baldur's Gate 4.
The Troon.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
She left
God.
what's the studio that made
Uh,
Bethesda?
Not
Bethesda.
BioWare.
BioWare. She left BioWare.
BioWare.
And apparently she got picked up by the gaming division of fucking Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, I
I
just
thought you were about to say she got picked up by Eddie Murphy, but that's an old reference. Because he picks up.
yeah. So that's There's, if you want to put up Divinity, the next Divinity against Baldur's Gate 4, I think I know who's going to win right now.
Dude, relationship AIs are already here. I mean,
And
how
they're
do you
not very
think
good.
Japan has working age men that haven't blown their own brains out?
Well, in some cases, those relationship AIs are telling them to do that.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Was this a new thing?
That's right. That's right. You pay a
Oh,
lot
there's
of money.
been multiple stories where people have had, where parents have found out that their kids were talking with like an AI chatbot type thing, and then the chatbot at some point turned to, "You should off yourself."
Yeah, but maybe
I've
the AI
seen
was right.
probably 6 or 7 stories like that already, just in the past couple of years.
A way to be isolated even more. I mean, these are kids who haven't got any other people to talk to, like friends, real friends. So they're talking to, or people that have, got no partner, no friends. So they're talking to these AIs, and then they get rejected there too. I mean,
I have a handful of Divinity games, Davina.
I played the
Right.
first Divinity Original Sin, but I never played the second one.
I have Divinity Original Sin. I think I played the second one. I also have this weird old game that I think predates Divinity Original Sin by quite a bit. I think it was on sale on Steam, but I have Divinity Dragon Commander.
Yeah, because there were other Divinity games before Original Sin.
They put out a lot of experimental shit, and it's just
Yeah.
in that world.
I think it was like the fourth or fifth game in the series, Original Sin.
But like Divinity Dragon Commander is nothing like those games. It's yeah, you are the Dragon Commander. Your mission is to reunite a broken empire and become the new emperor. Success depends entirely on your ability to efficiently rule your empire, build invincible armies, and lead them to victory. It's like one of those ones where you're doing like the civilization thing, and then it goes into like an RTS when you have a battle.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It was pretty fun.
See,
I
I've
remember
never
it being
been.
really quirky, charming characters too. Kind of weird, interesting game.
Original Sin was good, but I'm not. I've never been a huge turn-based guy, so.
Oh, I have. I played the
Which
shit
I
out
know.
of Original
I know
Sin.
it's heretical because that's actually the supposed model for RPGs is turn-based stuff, not action.
I mean, Baldur's
Real
Gate 3
time-based.
is turn-based.
Well, it is, but that's kind of got me more into it because I've enjoyed that game so much.
I mean, I played the original Baldur's Gate, all the expansions, Shadows of Am, Icewind Dale. I've played pretty much every one of those games. Temple of Elemental Evil, Neverwinter, when they kind of went off on the trying to make it more... Neverwinter is actually closer to... Or Neverwinter Nights is actually closer to Baldur's Gate 3 than I think
Okay,
Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 are.
all right.
But
Well, I never played 1 and 2. I've only ever played 3.
if you enjoyed the character depth and the character development, then Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 would both have something to offer. Icewind Dale, not so much. You make your whole party in that one, so most of the characters don't have any personality.
Just like modern AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Dragon Age, whatever the hell it was, Veilguard.
I
Slender,
mean,
I
they had
assume.
personality, but it
It's
wasn't
just
good
offensive ones.
personality.
That's right. I don't know. Anyway, it'll be 4 years before the next Divinity's out anyway. So.
Yeah,
There's a bit
Neverwinter
of a-
Nights.
I
and
can't look
Baldur's
that
Gate
far
1 and 2.
ahead. I might not be here. I'm getting old. When they say, well, it's going to take 10 years to make the next edition of such and such a game, I'm thinking, well, I better not put that in my diary because you never know. I might not live that long.
I do love the dumb stories. That's one of the things that happens in the 1 and 2 Baldur's Gate. You'll be walking along and your characters, not with you, but your characters will just start having conversations with each other. And they'll
I
tell
like
stupid
that.
fucking stories.
But that was one of the great things about the Mass Effect series was that your characters around you would talk to each other, not just to you.
I never played Mass Effect.
Oh, the
Like, I played the
characters are
first
so
one
good.
for about 2 or 3 hours, and I just couldn't get into it. I was like, this is... Everybody says this is good? This sucks.
The first one had its problems from a gameplay perspective, but the characters and story was good. The second one nailed all of it.
I mean, I've got it. It's in my library, I think.
But the characters were just so good, and they would talk to each other and insult each other and make jokes, you know, unprompted. So you felt you really were with a team of characters as the player.
Yeah. Yeah, I do have Mass Effect, but I have the 2007 version, I guess. Not the Legendary Edition. I don't
Plus, you could bang some really hot chicks.
know.
Didn't they fix
I can do that in Dragon Age.
Well,
Not
they fixed it.
Veilguard, Origins.
They tried to fix it in the remastered reissues, but then there's this thing called mods. So Miranda's ass was removed, but then you could put it back again.
Yeah, I couldn't... I have never played Inquisition. I have heard
Oh,
very
I did.
mixed reviews on it.
I played it. It wasn't bad. I did enjoy it. There was it wasn't a bad story, but they just completely destroyed Inquisition in Veilguard. Like it was like it had never existed. You know, like it was in no way a sequel to Inquisition story-wise.
See, I loved Origins. I had a closed loop story. I sacrificed myself to save the world at the end. In the second one, I was immediately pissed off. Like, I got into the character creator, and it's like, would you like to be a human or a human? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, seriously? I was able to choose human, elf, dwarf. Now I get human or human. Okay. Well, this seems like a step down.
Human type A, human type B.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Would you like body type A or body type B? And they're
Yeah.
both going to be human body types, by the way.
Can I have body type C, please?
So it doesn't really seem like much
Lady
of a
boy?
choice.
Oh, you want to be a dick girl?
Lady boy. Yeah, body type double D would be the best one. But...
That's
Anyway.
right, Kenny. Even those, what was the line from South Park? Like, we all play as the girl sometimes, Kenny, but that doesn't mean we do that when we're not playing the game anymore.
I think Mass Effect is the only game that I've played I've played it as male shepherd several times, and I've played it as femme shep once, just to see if it was different. But other games, if there's a choice, I'll go with the male every time.
That sounds like a solid choice.
I play
Misogynist.
most games, like Dark Souls. My casters are female. My strength and dex builds are male.
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
if I have to spend an entire game staring at an ass, it's going to be a chick's ass.
Then
Yeah,
you should play
my-
Mass Effect 2 then.
Some of the playthroughs I picked a chick just because, depending on the type of build I do, usually I don't wear armor so that I've got max roll and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'd rather that.
That's a good point. Good point. All right.
Well, anyway.
Did you see
As
the
a-
Silk Song news, Slender?
The expansion?
Yeah, for free,
Yeah.
just like
Mhm.
Expedition 33.
Mm-hmm.
After they were already getting screamed at for making what is the equivalent of a AAA game, only what, $20? Is it?
Yeah.
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 Eric, I do plan on picking up Stellar Blade. I
Yes.
will not pay more than $50 for a game anymore, so I'm waiting for a good
Uh,
sale.
That's exactly what I'm doing for Stellar Blade. Waiting.
And the numbers actually have come out on that. I think Chad
did I
was
get?
mad because I called it again, but apparently, market wide right now, prices are actually trending down, and AAA is resisting it.
Well, they're talking about still putting their prices up.
Oh, I wasn't so mad about it. I was just like, you're fucking gaming Nostradamus over here. Every time I see like a business article, it's like a studio's closing. I was like, that one was on Slender's list.
Like, he
Or-
sent me this whole fucking graph and everything about Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and he's like, see? 20% less opening weekend than the first one. And I was like, why are you telling me this, dude?
Because we spent like, well, I think Brahma and you were both kind of like, this is the new generation's Star Wars, and I was like, it's not gonna make money.
The
A
only
20%
thing I
drop is a
said-
hell of a lot less than the 60% drops Disney's been having.
Yeah.
No, not
Almost
20%. No, it dropped like 80% week 1 to week 2. It's tracking 20%
Oh.
behind the first Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay.
The only thing I said
And they
was,
doubled the budget.
I
This
think
one
it's
costs
going
50
to be more
million.
popular than you think it is.
I think it's. You want to check tape? Let's check tape. Bring up that thing right now because I looked at it earlier today. Actually,
No, the argument that was being made was Chad said he thought
It'll
everybody
make
who
more-
is going to see the movie saw it last weekend.
Yep.
Maybe.
And I said I think there will be a bit of repeat viewing.
All right. Well, here, I'm right because look at this graph. This is the numbers, right? So that the big shaded parabola zone is what a movie should have made with its opening weekend, based on like all movies historically, and the line is what Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is actually making. So you can see it's not tracking where it
Yes,
should.
but now we're going into Christmas break.
Ooh,
Oh, bullshit. It's not- it's
Christmas
done.
break.
Because look at the first one.
You about to
compared-
get fucked, Chad?
All right, this is how it's tracking compared to the first one. It's not even making as much as the first one. The red line is the
The
sequel.
first one didn't come out on Christmas break, though.
The first one came out in October, I believe. Yeah. But the movies don't suddenly spike up. Look, it's
Dude, kids have all
consistently-
sorts of tests and schoolwork they got to do in October.
It's very rare these days for a movie to start picking up again
Yeah,
after
it's-
it's been out.
and-
You used to get that back in the day. I mean,
oh, I don't
a
know.
couple
I'm just
decades
stirring
ago.
the pot at this point.
Yeah.
I'm fucking with
But-
Chad.
Sometimes movies would take months to
the
suddenly
real
reach a peak.
problem. Yeah, the real problem is these assholes need to understand what they have. They spent 20 million making the first one, so it was a license to print money, even when it only made like 130 million in the domestic box office through 297 worldwide. This one,
Ambientina tells you to stop using words like parabola. She does not want to think as an Ascendant Art listener.
Get your hands off my parabola.
What does that say about our usual conversations if she can listen to us and not think at all?
I mean, we break things down and make them very easy to digest.
I thought Tina was very erudite as well.
I'm just waiting for something we say to trigger like Tina lore, where we find out she's like, yeah, I dated that guy back in 1990, whatever.
Side note, 70s, good word. I like that one. Erudite. It's such a hard one to use, but it's so good.
Tina is very erudite.
It's losing theaters left and right, yes, because Avatar is a 3-hour plus movie, so they're giving it all sorts of screens.
I fucking hate Avatar. I hate that it's going to do numbers. I fucking hate it.
I hope it does a lot less numbers than the previous one.
It's like one of the worst movies ever made. I don't understand the appeal.
But it is saving the world.
By the way, you ever played the game where when a YouTuber shares their screen and you can look at their served ads to kind of figure out what they usually look at or buy?
Yeah.
And clearly...
Furry porn.
Nope. For me, it's Transformers.
$350 Transformers.
What it tells me
it doesn't cost that much. I already got it. It was... if you pre-ordered them when they came out, you were fine.
You know what it tells me is you don't have a very good ad blocker.
This is Chrome, and I had uBlock Origin, and those fuckers turned it off.
You see.
Did you see, Chrome. Like, where they... Yeah, well, I don't...
Use Brave.
I don't do a lot of worrisome things on my computer, so I'm not as worried.
Nothing to do with worrisome. I just hate annoying adverts.
Yeah, that's a good point. I did like the ad blocker. It's the main reason I stick with YouTube Premium, because I go somewhere every now like a few months where I'm not logged in, and I go to YouTube and there's ads, and I'm like, I could never be happy with this experience.
As long as it's okay. As I watch YouTube, I can't do it with ads.
I can't do it either. No.
Dude, there is one way you can control the ads on the side. If you get one credit card over 50%, you will only receive advertisements for credit cards, insurance companies, etc. You take it back down
experience.
You take it, yes. You take it back down under 50%, they'll go away and it'll start actually giving you normal ads again. But if you've got one over 50%, it's all debt consolidation, credit cards, insurance companies, etc., etc. Basically, like, oh, this guy spends money. Let's get him spending more.
Indeed.
All right. So I'll just talk briefly since it kind of came up a little bit. And I decided to make a thumbnail with it in Christmas time because, yeah, it's making money already. But I don't think it's making as much money as they wanted to.
Hopefully not, because Cameron said he'll stop if it doesn't do well.
Yeah, please stop.
It's going to open.
Be so happy.
It's projecting to open around 90 million, which sounds great. Until you realize how many years and how much money this thing cost. It's all right. So here's the bottom line. It's 3 hours plus. You've seen the same movie 3 times now.
Mm-hmm.
They really don't do... I mean, especially if you watch the second one, which was called Way of the Water, it is really just Way of the Water with a slightly bigger end battle than that one had. I will say I went and saw it because I have the AMC A-list, so you don't have to pay any extra for the different styles. So I went for the big screen 3D. The effects look amazing. Good for James Cameron. Like, whatever he's using is
money.
No, but it's not just money, because
he's invented a few pieces of equipment, or had them invented for him.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen movies, right, where they spend $500-600 million on the budget and they look like shit. Like this movie, I might feel like bored in the story, but never did I feel like the effects weren't amazing. That's the weird thing. Like, it is it is a showcase for what 3D and imaging can be on the big screen but nobody else makes it this way, and it would be so much better if the story was better. Or new. I should say or new. It's mainly
recycled.
specifically because the second movie, Way of the Water, they did introduce his family with his children, and so it had a very strong family story element. They're the same family. Like, this movie picks up like a week or two after the other one ended, and we're just rolling right into the same rehash.
Don't they all end at the same place? All three of the movies, like it's the same movie, and it ends in the same place.
The second one really didn't, because the second one, I mean, it's already been out. One of his sons dies. It's it's kind of a dark ending. This one is dealing, especially the first, I want to say, quarter of the movie, is dealing with the repercussions of the death of his oldest son, which, by the way, is perfectly fair, because if you have the death of a child, should be, and especially it's in the acute phase, right? We're covering the weeks right after.
Yes,
You would have like all sorts of issues, and that's a little different, but it's also very slow. Like, James Cameron has not cut any. He might have like a 9-hour cut, but it doesn't seem like he cut any elements. There's lots of side trips. Like, we're getting all sorts of side quests. The kid who plays the regular human that lives with the alien family, we get a side story with him where he can suddenly get, where he's magically altered so he can breathe on the planet when no other human can. It makes him a MacGuffin that everybody wants. Like, if you want to see it just for the effects, if you've seen the other two movies and you like just that experience, it's amazing that way. Otherwise, it's a rehash of the last few movies. It does have a slightly bigger scale-wise battle at the end, which was pretty, again, because the effects are amazing. It was pretty nice to watch, like, from a visual standpoint. But I wasn't really moved by anything. I felt the 3 hours. Like, I was like looking at my clock, and I was like, wow, is this still going on? So, I mean, I feel like this is the movie where Avatar kind of really loses the steam, right? I think this is it resolves enough that people will feel like, who really may be married to this franchise and like it, will be able to make their peace with it and check out, the same way Endgame for Marvel represented the place where a lot of normies were like, thanks, I've had a good run. This resolves it for me, and I'm out. Yeah. What you really don't ever want to do is somebody who, when you're trying to keep them motivated, is give them a jumping off point. I think that's the biggest problem Marvel had. It was an immense achievement in storytelling to run that whole Infinity Gauntlet storyline, but it also meant for the average person, once you got that resolution and Steve Rogers retired and Iron Man was dead, you were like, I'm cool now. I'm done. I don't need to keep watching these movies. And then, then you had to do homework on Disney Plus, and you had all this other shit. I think this is where Avatar's at, because this movie does really kind of give you a nice wrap-up resolution for the 3 out of, where things are kind of just in a resolved point.
A trilogy is a nice way to end. You don't want to. There's no point going to 4 and 5 if it's just for the sake.
Well, he's already planning 5 and 6, like 4, 5, and 6. Like, they just announced
2029, 2031 are the estimated years for release.
Disney wants to treat like this, and they wanted to treat this in Star Wars as alternating franchises every Christmas, like to own the December season.
I think it'll be diminishing returns every time.
I saw there was a quote from one of the actors who was in this movie, and they asked him what was it like being in a certain part of it, and he's like, I don't even remember, because we shot it so long ago. Because remember, these movies have been in production forever.
He's like, I'm gonna pull a culture now. I'm gonna eat this food while we do the show.
That's going to
but I
get
can't
messy.
see you eating it.
Well, I'm not going to turn on my camera for that.
You know what? I'd
That's the
prefer
one thing.
James.
Culture does turn on the camera to eat.
You know what I'd prefer James Cameron to do if we're gonna have moon missions again and set up a moon base. I'd like him to make a movie about that and invent the technology that meant he could have these spectacular views of all that, but with tiny cameras so that they could actually carry them there, and he could do that.
There was an interesting clip that I saw just this week. It was from when James Cameron, I guess, was shooting. You know, he was going back to just go take submersibles to the Titanic,
Yeah, I did.
and he
yeah.
brought Bill Paxton with him.
Mhm.
And it was after the first Titanic, so it was, and they're coming up from having been, you know, doing a mission down to the Titanic, and Bill Paxton is like, James, 2 planes just flew into the world, like it's right after 9/11. Like he's telling them about 9/11 right after they were getting out of a submarine looking at the Titanic. It was like such a weird.
So did Paxton
moment
turn
in
to him
time.
and say, "Game over, man"?
I, it is.
Well, that's
like-
just fucking great. Anyway, sorry. But
It
yes,
was-
that was timing, eh? Timing. But yeah, I'd love to see him be the guy that does the official movie of the moon landings and setting up of the lunar base.
Yeah, since we got the executive order that we're.
Yep. Because you'd have to work with the current administration to start doing that. So it's probably not going to happen. Because he's too busy saving the world with these movies. That's why he can't stop making them, because he's saving the world. One movie at a time.
Oh, I actually, man, search on X actually worked for once. I was able to find the clip. So, this is what James Cameron does in his spare time.
Yeah, this was pretty impressive stuff.
Here you go.
I watched it.
We're very wrapped up in what we were
So he's like, we were wrapped up just doing stuff.
doing, and we all thought it was desperately important.
Hit by 2 separate hijacked commercial jets.
And then this horrible event happened and slammed us into this perspective.
Just can you imagine, like,
Crazy.
how'd you learn about 9/11? I was off diving to the Titanic on a submarine, and when we came up, Bill Paxton came
Told me.
over and told us about it.
Yeah.
Yes, no
Didn't
game
stop me
controllers
from
on these.
shitting all over the
systems.
military in my movies, though.
Yeah.
Bill
That's what
Paxton
put
never
me
did
off.
that. He was a good guy.
No, I
No,
wasn't
the
talking about Bill
Cameron.
Yeah,
Paxton.
Cameron. Yeah, I mean, well,
Especially in the first Avatar, Marines were the bad guys.
well, no, they're all in all 3 of the movies. The military is the puppet of the corporate interests to do a resource war on the native peoples.
Oh well. But he specifically said Marines in the first movie. Yeah. Like the
No, I mean,
Marines.
no, but they were even in the first movie. Remember, what's his name was the douchey corporate guy telling him, like, we're here to mine unobtainium, like the
I know,
stupidest
it's so
name.
pathetic.
Like in the
It's
second movie, it turns
childish.
out to be the whale juice, like by killing the
Hmm.
native whales, who, by the way, are completely sentient, intelligent life on this planet, and they're just like doing straight up whale hunting and just gutting them for like juice, oil,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it is that's worth billions of dollars. It's a
So his message is ultimately an anti-immigration message.
Yes, it was a based movie, I believe, that they don't want immigrants in the
He
planet.
wanted it to be environmentalism, but it's anti-immigration.
well, I mean, but then, as anti-immigrant as it is, immigration, the Na'vi with Sully are moving all over the place, meeting up with other tribes, going to live with them. They start out where they're the forests / flying Na'vi, and because they bond with the big, like they're the Air Force. Then they move in the second movie to the water tribe, which lives on the coastline and speaks with the whales. And now they're the Navy, because they got giant ass whales to attack naval vessels.
But this is why I thought these movies were gay, because they were about the Navy.
Guess
Oh my
Slender's
God.
not around.
He's not.
Yeah.
No, I'm here. I was just gonna let
His
that
mouth
one
is
hang.
just
He's
full.
eating. He's eating. Slender felt represented in the second movie. That's right.
No.
I just don't see the point in them.
I
I
never
just- I
seen the
couldn't-
second movie. I
No,
hated
I
the first
couldn't
one
care
so
less.
bad.
Did
I
you
hated the
watch,
first one, never watched the second one.
Yeah.
I watched the
somebody-
first one one time, and that
He's
was
wasted
plenty
all
for
these
me.
years making them. He's wasted a lot of time making
I'm not
these.
saying who, but somebody was watching it on the
My
on
daughter.
the group over there. Is she likes the Avatar movies?
I'll never
Yes.
forgive
And
Cameron.
she insists that they're all completely different from each other, and they're going to see the new one tomorrow morning.
Did she go to see Five Nights at Freddy's 2 again?
Yes.
I'll never forgive Cameron for not giving us the proper sequel to Terminator 2 set in the future war with the actual war. That's the movie we needed. A global war against the machines. That's what we should have had, which was 3 hours long and
We were
spent $600
we were
million
finally
on.
gonna get it. Like we were getting the start of it with Salvation. And
Yeah,
then
just a
people
tiny
like
bit.
chickened out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the movie we should have had. Just like Alien 3 should have been the aliens arriving on Earth.
No, no.
That's what we should have had. At
The-
least
the
even in
alien-
Alien 4 we could have had that.
The alien should never be on Earth. Really, they should always be something like in a space colony. Like Aliens was great because it was on the colony, and you had all this. I mean, you putting it on Earth makes it too mundane. You want it to
Oh,
be.
If they ever
space.
got to Earth, you'd immediately just quarantine whatever city and nuke it. So
No, no, like,
wouldn't
like
make for
that.
a very good
from
movie.
space.
Like that, yeah. The Neil Blomkamp alien looked good from the concept art. Yes, he was somebody I might have trusted making it. But he wanted to. I think he wanted to bring in Winona Ryder back from
was in
Alien
the fourth.
4, whatever
Four.
Resurrection was. That the name of it?
Resurrection.
Yeah, I didn't.
I guess we don't need
Resurrection
Alien.
is
Yeah.
kind of a weird.
Well, it's because Ripley was resurrected. Was it not?
I did
She
like
was an
watching
actual
the alien
clone.
get
She
sucked
was a
through a
clone.
tiny hole.
Yeah, they did resurrect her, and she was like because she,
She
was
was-
had a queen inside her with her DNA, like the
She was
DNA
part
sample
xenomorph.
they had. She was xenomorphed, and Winona Ryder was the synthetic that she was, flirting with.
I'm the
Scissoring
thing's mother.
Yeah.
It's neither of three. Well, three has its merits. I think the director's cut, or whatever you would call it, is a far better version than the theatrical one. It's not a bad movie in isolation. If it had been the only movie in the series, you would say that was a pretty damn good movie. Just, a horror movie set in a colony, a prison planet.
I've seen Alien Resurrection a ton of times, but that was just because it was like on HBO or Showtime for so long that it was just impossible not to. If you were just flipping through, it's like, okay, well, I guess this is on again. Back in the day when, it wasn't look through Netflix and never pick a movie. It was just look through the TV guide
Just flick
and
through them. Yeah.
whatever's on the movie channels. All right,
Yeah.
it's on HBO West, HBO East.
Dude, Netflix, Crunchyroll, all the services these days. I'll spend like an hour looking for something and then be like, there's nothing here to watch.
Yeah, so that's the worst, isn't it?
Yeah. Back to some random YouTube video.
Yep. Guess I'll doom scroll some more shorts. Hey, look, these parakeets are hilarious.
Oh, I never do that one.
That's why it was fun to get into the Korean stuff like I did, because then I suddenly had a whole nation's worth of backlog that I'd never seen before. So it was a whole trove of stuff, rather than having run out of things. I've now still always got something in the backlog.
Unfortunately, Davina, Ron Perlman is one of those actors that has finally just gotten to the point where I can't watch him anymore.
I know, me
because
too.
I want to fight him. Like, I want to fight him.
I like watching him in Blade 2 because he keeps getting his ass kicked. It's great.
I did like watching him in Blade 2 because he is a bitch in that
He is
movie.
humiliated.
I honestly think Ron Perlman, my hate for him, made Blade 2 an even better movie than it already was.
Absolutely. I can't watch Hellboy anymore because of him. It just,
Nope.
I can't do it.
Not gonna watch that shit. But I would definitely watch Blade 2 again, just to watch him get fucked up.
Yeah, that's funny. He thinks he's smart, and Blade outwits him every time.
Well, I don't think he was acting in that movie either. I think he was just being Ron Perlman in that movie.
Was.
Kind of like when he was Beast, they didn't need to use any makeup.
Yeah.
They did on Linda Hamilton.
Davina, you're not missing much. Hellboy wasn't great. Like, it wasn't the
not a
worst.
fan.
It wasn't
not
the
the
worst
worst, but
one
it
I'd
was okay.
seen, but it wasn't great.
It's like
2
mid.
was
It was
horrible.
mid. 2 was terrible, yeah.
Brahma, are you
I
a
never.
fan?
Yeah, I didn't like 2, but the first one was mid. It was mid AF.
Are you
Am I
a
a
fan
fan
of classic Italian cinema?
Not really.
I
Avanti.
feel like I think you might need to take a look.
That is something interesting.
Yes, it's
Shouldn't you be able to see her belly button between them?
I mean,
she can't. That's for sure.
it seems like they've got
She's
enough
just-
perk to do the job.
I used to have a niece. Where's my niece? I cannot see my niece.
It's funny. I've reached the point in our friendship where when I'm scrolling Twitter, I was like, "That's a Brahma one. Let me mark that one."
So you're looking for
I'm-
tits on Twitter?
I'm betting underneath that post, it was just a whole bunch of people asking Grok, "What movie is this?"
What movie is this? Who is this actress? What movie is it, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Just curious.
Just because you're curious, let's see. The first
For
post-
research purposes, I need to know what that movie was.
I mean, all right. I'm gonna count the number of comments till I get to the first one asking what movie it is. 1,
Comments can't include ads.
2, 3, 4. 4 is the first one where it goes, "Movie name, please."
Not even to Grok.
And
Just
what is the?
asking?
I'm still waiting for
That
the
one is
answer.
just someone asking. The first one, Jesus Christ, those are beautiful. Please tell me the name. Real
really trying-
N-words know of Tinto Brass, so I'm guessing that's the
Oh,
name.
Tinto Brass. Yes, he made a lot of erotic.
Tinto Brass
soft-
was a master at finding great assets to lift his audience's experience.
Tinto Brass. That's right. Yes. He might have been involved with that Caligula movie. I'm not sure. But how many classic Italian movies have you ever watched? Can you name 3
Me?
Italian movies? Yeah,
0.
I'm trying to think.
That's how I know I'm not really a fan.
Cinema
Do we all-
Paradiso.
Cinema Paradiso is great.
Yeah. Life is Beautiful wasn't bad.
I do like Life is Beautiful. That's actually...
Great ending to that with the music at the end is fantastic as the boat goes down
It's like
the
one of the
river.
only ways to make such a really tragic ending kind of uplifting at the same
Yeah.
time. It's very, very... Oh, yeah, Il Postino.
Il
I
Postino.
remember- Yep.
You could count A Fistful of Dollars as an Italian movie.
Are we going to do all the spaghetti westerns you could do?
There's a lot of spaghetti westerns. Yeah.
I mean, I think
Django.
all of us, Brahma, Slender, and I, did you guys all have to watch the Romeo and Juliet movie in the high school, like in the
Which one?
in
though?
English literature class? The one
Probably.
from Franco Zeffirelli.
Oh, the Zeffirelli. I had to watch
Yeah,
it.
where you saw the one girl's, was it Olivia Hussey, or what was her name?
Hussey. It could have been Olivia Hussey.
Yeah, and she got naked in it, and she was like 17, and it was weird. And no
It
permission.
was weird.
Well, no, because they didn't make you sign a permission slip. Normally,
Right.
if you're gonna see boobs in the school, and they're not just the National Geographic ones.
She was Juliet. Yeah, yeah. She was Juliet.
Yeah.
She was in Black Christmas slasher movie. I forgot that. Forgot about that. Death on the Nile. She was in that. I'm pretty sure I featured her
How
in
many
one of my
times
shows.
have they remade? I mean, geez, I'm trying to keep track of all this.
Romeo and Juliet. They keep making them more and more.
No, I was thinking more Death of the Nile.
I've seen the
because-
Juliet balcony in Florence. Been there. Oh, sorry, it's not Florence. It's Venice. It's in.
All right, last minute Christmas gifts. If you've got sons, this would be where you want to go with it.
Nerf.
That's the Nerf minigun.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
You're gonna get 2 minutes of fun for 3 hours of cleanup and reloading.
The dog's gonna love that.
That is a waste of ammunition.
Miniguns generally tend to be.
Nah, dude, one shot, one kill.
With a minigun?
No. That's why I wouldn't use a minigun.
Aren't Navy vessels equipped with kind of like a modified minigun as their anti-missile defense?
Are you talking about CIWS?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's
They're
what
like
they
the-
show in movies
That's a
all the time.
missile. It's a fucking missile.
No one-shot kill on those ones.
No! I mean, the goal is to get those things out of the sky as quickly as possible. And there are some that do some crazy shit. Because they have a sprint phase. There's like, what is it, the fire burst or something like that? It starts to fishtail when it goes into its sprint. That's really hard to take down. There's the Exerset. The Exerset, one, it can actually read the radar signatures on a strike group, and it's going to look for the carrier. Once it finds the carrier, it's going to vector in on the carrier. Once it gets within sprint, it's going to go up at a 45-degree angle, which is the hardest angle with which to take it down when you're trying to shoot him down. Once it gets over the bridge, it goes down, penetrates 2 decks, detonates. It's designed to kill carriers. It is a carrier killer.
The Navy, you know all about penetration. That's true.
How many has it killed?
Oh, none.
Exactly.
None that we know of.
We have ideas. You know, there's responses. I don't think I can get into that kind of thing, though.
Yes, indeed.
The things I told you so far, I could tell you.
The Exocet missiles were used by the British in the Falklands War, I seem to recall.
Yeah, I think they were made by the French.
Yeah, they used them in the Falklands.
They were made by the French and they just gave them to everybody else?
Yeah.
Because that's
Well-
what the French do. They don't
Well, they were
fight
told,
wars,
give
they
it,
just
give us,
give up.
give us to them, and they went, we surrender.
Wait, it was the Falkland Wars, right? So shouldn't the French have just given up and given the stuff to Argentina since that's where, those people moved?
Possibly.
Possibly, that's right. Yeah, they know the word for surrender in German. The French.
Wait.
That's for sure.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That's the word we're looking for.
Some of them went to Brazil. It's true.
It's not really allegedly. A whole bunch of them went there, whether or not it's the
actually
ones
went
that people think it was.
Yeah.
Specific
Indeed.
people may not have, or allegedly did.
But numbers.
But
of
there
them
were
did.
a number of them, either way, that did go there.
Which was always actually funny for me when the Falklands War was on in Britain. That where first of all the Argentinians were a military dictatorship, and the country was full of the people Bram had just talked about, and yet you had these screaming lefties in Britain utterly siding with them against the British government because the British government was warmongering fascists attacking these poor Argentinians and it's their land and blah, blah. So you had all these Marxist British politicians supporting the Argentinians.
Why are we dancing around the word? We've already said it on this stream.
What?
What
Nazi?
word?
Nazi.
Yeah, Nazi.
I did not see that
Did
coming.
not see that coming. But yeah, it was always
Slender said it way back in the beginning.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Don't give a shit. It's a word.
I know, that's my point. Why were we just dancing around it?
I don't think we were dancing around it. I think we were playing coy.
That seems like dancing.
Indeed. The boys from Brazil.
The boys are back in town.
Boys from Brazil.
All right.
It's still, I mean, it was better for them to go to Argentina because it was close to their secret Antarctic bases then.
Oh, the ones with the UFOs
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And the Black Pyramids and the whatever.
and the architects or whatever the hell they were.
The
And that's how they
architects.
get back up to the dark side of the moon where their other bases are.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to watch out because the Chinese have got bases there too.
Well, they can't launch from the pyramids anymore.
See, I've always hated the fact they call it the dark side of the moon because it isn't dark. It's just the side we can't see, but it doesn't mean it's dark. It's just as light as the other side, depending on where the Earth is in its rotation, because the moon keeps the same face to the Earth, but it revolves with the Earth.
It's geolocked.
Yeah, so it does get just as much light on the other side of the moon as our side. Funnily enough, it does look very different on that side, though. A lot smoother. Strangely enough. Almost as if aliens had flattened it out.
No. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. It's actually pretty easily explained. It's called solar wind. Generally, things that are going to slam into the surface of the moon are all coming from the same direction because that's the direction they're being pushed in.
I just, we've got, you must have seen the show UFO, a British science fiction show years ago. We've got a secret base on the moon where we launch spacecraft to fight the aliens.
Yeah.
You do know that.
Yeah.
Are you going with
And
like
yet
the
now that
Independence
country is
Day?
known for allowing all aliens in.
And since we have a secret base on the moon that we're launching ships from to fight the aliens, clearly the aliens haven't been able to land and smooth out that side of the moon.
Well, but they've used some kind of technology to do that. See, what I find interesting is that
they're doing long-range terraforming.
Yeah, the aliens are so sophisticated that they can travel vast distances across the galaxy, probably faster than light, which is theoretically not possible, and yet they still can't defeat a few rudimentary spacecraft that we've got.
Oh, I did not. This is terrible news. Hold on a second.
What? Uh-oh.
What, that we're under attack by aliens?
No, it's worse. Sony
Oh,
is
with
acquiring Peanuts
Yes.
from the Scholes estate for $457 million. I
Well,
don't like that
who
at
had
all.
it already, though? Wasn't it
When you say the
Netflix or
Scholes
somebody,
estate,
or-
is this his
Apple's
ungrateful
been
children?
airing
Apple.
a show right now.
Yeah, he's been dead
Apple.
for... Charles Scholes died a while back.
So his ungrateful children are selling off his legacy?
No, they already sold it. They're acquiring it from Apple, are they not?
No, Apple was just broadcasting, was making
Yeah,
a show,
license,
but
okay.
they didn't own... This is like...
This is the
They're-
IP being sold.
This is just Sony will own Peanuts now.
But it may be better with Sony than anyone else. Because especially Sony retains its
Sometimes-
Japanese non-woke influence.
No,
Sometimes
because
no one else is better, 70s.
Maybe Peanuts will be a PS5 exclusive now.
I will. All right, wait. I will say the Peanuts movie
Maybe
that
Charlie
got made,
Brown will explore his sexuality.
No, the Peanuts movie. Go
Snoopy's sexuality. Charlie Brown there is exploring
Well,
Snoopy's
that's called
sexuality.
bestiality, and that's a totally different thing.
Indeed. Never sleep with the sheepdog. That's what I say.
Yeah, so they the animated movie that came out in 2015. I'm trying to see who it was made by, which animation studio did it. It was Blue Sky with Fox at the time before they got eaten by Disney. That movie is really, really good if you like Peanuts. It's and part of that was, I forget which member of the Scholes family was really into Craig Scholes, his son, I think, and he was committed. Charlie Brown doesn't get the girl. We're gonna do it positive, but we're not changing the essential stuff. If you like Peanuts, I can't recommend that movie enough. The animation's actually really good. and then because it never got a sequel because Blue Sky got wiped out. Like when Disney bought Fox, they just closed down the animation studio. It was not a great not a great look for them. So I guess this is another thing where at a certain point, like the first generation, like Craig Scholes is probably, let's see, he was born in 53, so he's 72 years old. So he was the son who was like protecting the legacy. It reminds me a lot of Tolkien, right? Wasn't Tolkien's son
Yeah.
was really big on protecting the legacy, and as soon as he passed away, when it was the grandkids,
Yep.
they didn't give a shit, and they were just selling out. Craig is 73, 72, gonna be 73 in a few weeks. He's I guess the one mainly running it. It's probably like, my kids don't have any interest in it, running it. They don't want to protect it, so I'll sell it to Sony. We'll make life-changing family money, right? 400, not that they didn't already probably have.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Tons
say.
of
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's life changing for them. It's an extension of
It's preserving that lifestyle.
their continued wealth. Yes.
Yeah, because Craig serves as president and CEO of the Charles M. Schulz Creative Associates, which handles licensing of the Peanut brand. Yep. So,
I never really cared for Peanuts. The only
You
thing
don't-
I needed from that era was Paul Harvey.
Yeah, I'm more of a fan of Doug. If I'm
I'm
honest.
removing you for shitting on Snoopy. Peanuts
I
is,
mean,
in this house, Peanuts is amazing.
I'm
That's-
kind
I
of
said
with Brahma
I
on
didn't
this one.
care for it. I was heck crapping all over it.
because it's beloved.
By
Yeah, if you actually watched it, I didn't. I don't care.
I thought it was okay, but like I said, I was more of a Doug guy.
Like I said, all I need from that time period was Paul Harvey.
Yeah, I don't know. Peanuts is classic. I really appreciate it. I'm probably more into traditional comic strips than maybe anyone else here, so maybe that's why I like it.
I used to read
Well, you
comic
did
strips,
one.
but
Yep.
I definitely, as far as the comics go, I gravitated toward
Calvin and Hobbes.
Marmaduke.
Calvin and Hobbes, Dilbert, and Garfield.
Marmaduke and Family Circus and Gary Larson's Far Side.
That tells me a lot about you, Brahma.
Our side's great, yeah.
And it's
Far
not
Side
surprising.
was the
Far Side
greatest.
was really good. I actually had the
I
Far
still
Side
get
books.
the Far Side calendar every year.
Yeah, I had some of the books.
I've
back
got
in
some of the
day.
books still, yeah.
Bloom County. I don't remember that one.
Don't remember Bloom County.
Peanuts is great, but a few of the movies are good. I mean, Peanuts obviously has the classic Christmas special where Charles
No,
Schulz.
you read that wrong. He said, but few of the movies are good.
I know, that's what I said. Peanut is great, but few of the movies are good. And I was saying it has the classic Christmas special, which was a TV one, and then the movies in the 70s and 80s tended to be kind of like scattershot, where it was like, going to camp Charlie Brown or a Great Adventure.
They
That's
just
not
followed
true,
the
Soul
Ernest
Assassin.
movies.
Doug has a follow-up where they're both in college and they are dating.
Are you saying that? That no, I won't make the joke. Dang it!
He's giving her the mayo.
I was what was Doug's last name?
Funny.
His last name was Funny.
Doug Funny. Yeah.
Yeah. And Patty Mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I was, what is yeah?
And Skeeter, I don't know that he had a last name.
Yeah, I just thought
Petrovich. I don't know.
it probably was supposed to be something Eastern European. Hot take. Charlie, it's Christmas time again. Charlie Brown is better than Charlie Brown Christmas. Only if you don't like Linus effing the CBS executives because Charles Soules made stuff down their throat that I'm not letting you do this Christmas special unless he goes out there and actually delivers the shit straight out of the Bible. They wanted that cut and he said, no, you're dealing with it. So, that's what he's like. This is what the point is. Like, this is my Christmas special, so this is what it's going to actually be about. And it became a beloved classic that they now merchandise the hell out of. I think it's one of the most ironic things that you can buy the ugly Christmas tree merch for peanuts when it was the whole point of it was supposed to be against the materialism and trying to reflect on
You can buy
the
peanuts
true
for
meaning
peanuts.
of Christmas. Yeah. All right. Well, that's I don't know. Partially, it's also because Sony has been consolidating control of anime through Crunchyroll and PlayStation and all that stuff, and I'm not comfortable that they're actually, as Slender's more in tune with this information. Sony is very comfortable with censoring things,
Yep.
and so it's not necessarily a good thing for at least anime that they're controlling it, and I don't know that they're gonna really do much better stuff with that. Oh no, it's probably gonna stay on Apple. Sony doesn't have a streaming service. If Apple pays them, I'm sure they'll be fine with leaving it there. So, interesting. All right. Did anybody see the new trailer for the Steven Spielberg movie that's coming out?
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
It's I am not like I hate when it's kind of too mysterious.
I haven't
Okay,
seen it.
before we get into that, though, I just thought of something, right?
Yep.
Disclosure. That's
If
all.
Sony gets the rights to Peanuts, there is the possibility that they could make a Charlie Brown RPG, right? And then there is the possibility that further down the road, like Marvel vs. Capcom, we could have Peanuts versus South Park.
It doesn't. I thought Ubisoft has the rights to the South Park video games.
Yeah, but they could do a crossover.
That's
You
true.
could collab that shit.
That's true.
Marvel and Capcom aren't affiliated.
What about let's see.
That's gone so well since the series came out.
Sony owns
What, Marvel vs. Capcom?
Yeah.
I mean, if
For
they
forever, you couldn't redo Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and re-release it on anything because of the rights issues, because they were fighting.
I mean, I know, but you could get some really fun games out of those collabs. I mean, it's the
Sony
same
has a
with Super
chunk of
Mario
Katakawa,
RPG.
doesn't it?
Sony has what?
I don't know.
Doesn't Sony have a chunk of Katakawa?
Yeah, I believe so.
How about what next thing you know, Snoopy's going to show up in Sword Art Online?
He could. He could.
It'll be like Sony is trying to build their own. Like they could go with a Ready Player One.
Ready
route.
Player One. Yeah.
Well, Soul Calibur, they released 3 different versions. Because Soul Calibur, if you got it on the GameCube, you got Link,
You got Link.
as the playable character. So I got it on the GameCube. But one of my buddies got it on the PlayStation, and I think the PlayStation got Spawn.
Yeah,
Didn't
I
they?
think Spawn.
I think that was in one of the more recent
Oh,
ones.
wasn't that Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, I think.
Where Spawn? I think Spawn in Mortal Kombat was in Spawn.
Who were the characters in Soul
Spawn was in
Calibur
Mortal
that
Kombat.
were?
But yeah, there was a Soul Calibur.
because
it came out on
Xbox
the-
got one,
Yeah.
PlayStation got one, and Link was on the GameCube.
I don't remember who. Like, one of them got. I swear one of them got Spawn.
What was that? Soul Calibur 3?
Soul Calibur 4, according to Davina.
Okay.
And she'd know. She's hot on those numbers.
Spawn appears as a popular, well-balanced guest character in Soul Calibur 2, exclusive to the Xbox version.
Okay.
Known for his axe, energy projectiles, and fighting moves.
Yeah, Xbox got Spawn.
No cape though. They
No.
clearly that would have been a lot, a lot to try to render in
What
the
did
game.
PlayStation get?
Link, Spawn. It doesn't show anybody for the PlayStation. Oh, no,
Sony
I don't
got
see anybody.
Imp Sony got Heihachi and Xbox got Spawn.
Oh, yeah. From the Tekken series.
There
Oh,
we go.
Heihachi? Okay. That's weird. He doesn't even carry a weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, I think partially because if it makes sense though, because think about it. If you're doing the exclusives like with Soul Calibur, Xbox was the North American gaming system, so Spawn would be a more popular exclusive character in North America, whereas in Japan, where PlayStation dominates, you go with Heihachi.
Which, by the way, kind of baffles me, because I always thought Soul Calibur was better. Like, I like Tekken, but I thought Soul Calibur
Soul
was
Calibur is
better.
much better.
Like, hell, I mean, Soul
I hated
Calibur...
Tekken. I hated
if
Virtua
I play
Fighter.
a fighting game, Soul Calibur is probably the first one I go to. Then Street Fighter, then Mortal Kombat, then Tekken? Tekken maybe before Mortal Kombat? I don't know. But, like, Soul Calibur was always my go-to.
Marvel for me. Then Mortal Kombat, then Soul Calibur. And the only time I play any Street Fighter things is in the Versus series.
No, I don't think Soul Calibur had the best fan service. I think
DOA.
Dead or Alive had the best fan service.
I mean,
Yeah, Dead or Alive would also be up there in the ones that I played.
Dead
I
or
think
Alive.
the only
Dead or Alive's
fan
great.
service you kind of got with Soul Calibur was if you knocked down Sophia just right, like you basically could just see right up the dress.
It reminds me, was it in which Street Fighter when your friends were like, look, if you knock over Chun-Li, you can see her underwear, man.
Yeah.
But DOA was, I mean, if you wanted the fan service fighting, it was DOA. I mean, in hell, DOA Beach Volleyball was
Yep.
the best volleyball game you could get.
I'm still trying
And
to
it
track
had
down
the-
a copy of that somewhere.
Like, I don't even know what the physical media copies of those must go for now.
Yeah, about the only way you
I've
can still play
got
that
it
game is
somewhere.
emulation.
Yep.
If you've got it somewhere, hold on to it. I'll bet you that thing is worth money.
I'd have to find it, but I had it, so I don't get rid of anything, as you guys can tell from the background.
Yeah. All right, 70s. You're here now, right?
I am here.
Yep. All right. Does anybody have watched this trailer yet already?
Was it download only?
Has anybody watched
I've
this
seen it.
trailer yet?
Is this the
Paul?
disclosure
This is-
trailer?
This
Yeah.
is disclosure. Yeah, this is
Yeah, I've seen it, yeah,
the new Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Slender probably. I'm guessing Slender hasn't because he usually doesn't bother with trailers. Maybe Brahma.
I mean, I watch game
I haven't seen it.
trailers all the time. I don't watch
The
movie
movie-
trailers.
Movies. All right, here we go.
If you found out we weren't alone, if someone showed you,
It's like the view from my
Okay, pause.
That's like the view from my house. Deer everywhere.
No, fuck this. I'm not watching any more of this. We're done. I already have problems with the not deer around this fucking place as it is. And then you show me that shit. You open up the trailer with that shit.
I was out walking the dog up at the canal behind us, and she went down into the canal, which is empty at this time of year. And I said, "What the hell?" It was dark. I said, "What the hell is that?" She's found it was a deer head. I think it was somebody like had illegally been hunting them and left
Yeah.
the head there because there was no carcass. But anyway,
That's
that was fun.
Either that or they were sending you a message.
They're sending me a message. It was a horse's head.
They were making you an offer you can't refuse.
That's right. I refused anyway.
would that frighten you?
Good morning, Kansas City. Let's take a look at today. Let's
It's about to get weird.
Take a look
Lady,
at my
you
titties.
gotta give us the weather.
She should have been a
Emily Blunt?
Mexican weather forecaster. It should be much hotter.
That's not human. That's not human. Kill it. Kill it with fire.
Set the nuns on them. So the nuns are going to be the army fighting the aliens.
People have a right to know the
They're
truth.
going to use nunchucks.
It belongs to 7 billion people.
What is it?
What about the
You
other
wouldn't
1
believe me
billion?
if I told you. So I'm gonna show you.
So
Was
obvi-
Steven Spielberg abducted by aliens?
I don't think this is aliens. And when we get to the
This
end of the
feels
trailer,
very aliens to me.
It does
I'm gonna-
feel like
alright,
aliens. That's
I'm
hence
gonna-
disclosure.
I'm gonna give you my scenario that I'm kind of seeing from the trailer, and we'll see if you agree once you've seen the trailer and you hear me say I think it is.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
Full disclosure to the whole world. All at once.
People keep wondering. Encountering the unknown. They're coming! They're coming! They are starved for the truth.
Do you think there could be others?
Why would he make such a vast universe? Yet save it only for us?
Or are you going to say that the animals are all become sentient?
I'm going with this movie is going to kind of be a bait and switch, and that's simulation theory.
Hmm.
Because there was clips where they showed
Could be.
people being moved by another person.
So it's going to be the movie The 13th Floor all over again.
Yeah, so
Except with a bigger budget.
I think what the disclosure is that is they're living in a simulation.
How creative.
I mean, do you think that my theory has some validity based on what you saw now that I said it?
Especially with the way their eyes were doing that thing. I kind of,
'Cause I
yeah.
hadn't thought of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's basically a player character, not an NPC.
Yep.
And that's why he's gonna upload it so that everybody knows.
Correct. That's and the use of the nuns with if there's the creator, why would he make such a big universe? I think this is Spielberg kind of gonna be bait and switch you to do a twist where it's the real reveal is that's why, and you've got the NPC kind of like, the animals. Mm-hmm. Are guiding, and they showed her walking towards like the lit up house, like that'll be the
So
port.
you think he's trying to do a Shyamalan?
I think Spielberg does that sometimes, and so I think this is going to end up being simulation theory.
Okay.
So Eric says I
Interesting.
could see simulation theory or futuristic humans returning to us in current day. We've kind of already got that with Interstellar. And it was done really. I mean, I think it was done as good as you could do it in Interstellar. So, I don't know. That when I saw this trailer after the first time when I watched it again, and I paid specifically like, you've got the parts like here where he's hooked up and running like a joystick and it shows him like moving people doing it that way. It's almost like, hey, we've internally cracked the code of the NPC player base. And now we can do that stuff.
When does
I
Ryan
had not
Reynolds
thought
show
of
up
that.
as
I had
Free
immediately
Guy?
went to aliens, but yeah, that's interesting.
But can we
No, I
turn
don't-
up the jiggle physics?
I don't disagree. I think you might be right. Something along those lines.
Especially with this kind of thing where you have like the animal characters guiding what might be another player. Or possibly we have people plugged into a Matrix like simulation where this is something where they're being.
Well, and he said 7 billion people,
Yeah.
and I'm like, we're over 8 at this point.
Yeah.
I
And
know. Well, that's
so-
what I said. Where's the other? What about the other 1 billion?
Yeah.
So people could have been, there could be something where it's set in the future. There's been an environmental disaster. People are being plugged into a simulation to occupy their brains while whatever. I mean, Matrix.
Or this is all fake, and 1 billion
Yeah.
people are just playing Sword Art Online, and we're all the NPCs.
Yep, and the glowy house will be the respawn point or portal. Yeah. So,
Just
that I
like
mean that's
Ready
my
Player
that was
One,
my
yeah.
a breakdown just from the trailer when I saw it was like this is what I think it might actually be.
But I mean, there's some similarities then to the 13th floor. They said obviously this has got a far bigger budget.
Dude, the sad thing was Ready Player One was such a good book, but man, that movie sucked.
The 13th floor, or the
No, Ready Player One.
I'm trying to think. So yeah, Spielberg did Ready Player One, but what has he really done in the last few years anyway? Other than that?
Not
I can't think of
much.
anything he's done.
The last thing that I really liked, I mean, I kind of enjoyed Ready Player One for what it was.
It was okay.
I can't. Unfortunately, that's one of the things where I read the book though, and I can't help but compare it to the book, and the book is so much better.
Yeah, the book didn't have to
So
worry
much
about
more
any
happening
rights.
in the book.
Well, they didn't have to worry about securing rights to everything.
That helps, I'm sure.
So
That helps, but I mean, they also just kind of truncated the whole story
Yeah, they glossed over a lot.
by
of
a
important
lot.
shit.
Yeah, they also made the girl look. You're a very attractive woman who has a slightly large birthmark. Oh my God, aren't you traumatized? It's like-
Yeah.
as opposed to in the book where she actually had more issues.
I mean,
I would think
discussions about the movie online do talk about UFOs, but there's nothing official. I mean, that's yeah. It just says it could be a UFO related thing, but that's just Spielberg. I don't think Spielberg's ever said that, or David Koch.
No,
the
and it
writer.
seems so on the nose, and I don't know. I'm not. I'm actually with Chad on this one. I think
Oh, he did
there's a
that West
simulation
Side-
theory thing going.
I know what Spielberg did. He did that shitty West Side Story remake.
Yeah, I'm going. All right, so here's what Spielberg's done lately. He did The Fablemans, which was a very autobiographical movie about himself. It was very niche, and I appreciate that he's working through the emotions of his parents' divorce from when he was a child, but it nothing special. West Side Story, blah. He did Ready Player One, which had some good moments and some bad, and yeah. BFG, which was he was doing it for kids stuff. I mean, BFG, it was a very good adaptation of the BFG, Big Friendly
Yeah.
Giant. Bridge of Spies
Eric,
was
we'll
pretty
just
good.
both agree that
Bridge of
there is no
Spies.
Ready Player Two.
Yep. Lincoln, Warhorse,
Warhorse was quite good.
Adventures
Warhorse.
of Tintin,
Oh, he did that.
Indiana
Tintin.
Jones and the Crystal Skull.
So you guys
Munich.
wouldn't be familiar with Tintin, but growing up in Europe, it was a French thing. But it was quite a popular cartoon.
Yep.
comic strip.
War of the Worlds, which I actually think is
was
better
okay.
than some people give credit for. The Terminal, which I think is overrated with Tom Hanks. And this one is the last one I think was a really great Steven Spielberg movie, which was Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken as his father. There was a lot going on. That one, John Williams did the score. It was actually very jazzy and different for John Williams. It was the last, I think, great Steven Spielberg movie. Right before that was another good one, Minority Report, which people tend to skip over, but was
I love that movie. Yeah.
had a
I
had
loved
a lot of
Minority
good stuff
Report.
going on there. Artificial Intelligence AI with Haley Joel Osment. That movie has actually it was very poorly received when it came out, but it's been because it was supposed to be directed by
It was
Stanley
Kubrick,
Kubrick,
yeah.
and he died while he was in pre-production. And so Steven Spielberg took it over because he didn't want Kubrick's last work to go unmade. And it became a very Spielberg movie, and I think people hold it against him that he's not Kubrick, and they wanted Kubrick doing an AI movie. Like, I mean, picture that whole storyline where Jude Law was the male prostitute robot. Like, I'm sure Kubrick could have gone a much darker, bad direction and would have been a very different kind of movie than what Spielberg went with. But I think it's aged better, like as it's been out and you've got more separation from it. Saving Private Ryan. I mean, I don't think anybody here would say that that's bad.
No,
Now
that's
we're
pretty much the pinnacle.
yeah. So I would say the last good run Spielberg really had was 98 through about 2002. He did Saving Private Ryan, AI, Minority Report, Catch Me If You Can. Within
Also,
those 4
Hugo
years.
2011 animated film.
Yeah, he's made well because Tintin.
I don't know what that
Soul
is.
Assassin's asking. Well, the Tintin movie's pretty good. The Adventures of Tintin. It's actually not bad. I'm not sure it was animation though. It was more like computerized.
No,
I
it was
talking
animation.
about Davina's
Oh.
comment up there.
Yeah, but it was like kind of weird computer animation.
Hugo
It
was actually live action, not
like-
animated.
total
Yeah, I went and looked
realistic
it up,
animation.
and it looks familiar,
But the Tintin movie was quite good.
but I don't remember it, so it must not have been that good.
Haley Joel Osment looks like the Bucky's Beaver logo.
He does.
All right. If you haven't rewatched Minority Report, go back and give it a rewatch. It holds up pretty well.
And it's another movie that's coming
Yeah.
true. Thought crimes,
Pre-crime.
pre-crime, and thought crime is now
Dude,
back on the
watch-
menu, boys.
Watch Minority Report, and then watch what's the one with Christian Bale?
Rain of Fire. That movie's awesome.
No,
from
not
2000.
Rain of Fire.
The Empire of the Sun. Empire of the Sun.
No.
When Christian Bale was quite young. Empire of the Sun. That was a Spielberg.
Give
I
me
think.
a little bit of description of the movie. with Christian
Equilibrium.
Bale. Oh yeah.
Newsies.
Equilibrium's a
Yeah.
great
Watch
movie.
Minority Report and Equilibrium, and you've pretty much got a summary of what's happening in the real world.
It's funny you
Equilibrium
see
rocks.
you see
It's a
the
great
terrible like ad for the Andy Serkis Animal Farm, where he made it into an animated like Disney goofy stupid movie.
That completely misses the
Yeah,
point.
that completely misses the point. If you want to speed run the the 1984 George L. Orwell kind of world, do Minority Report and Equilibrium, and those
Yeah.
two pretty much give you. I would say Minority Report less so, but definitely Equilibrium
Well-
is straight up Orwell with the feeling police. and
Orwell
the-
with great kick-ass action, though.
Well, and I
don't
mean
know.
we're rapidly heading toward Equilibrium
Well, look-
style, because it's like, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you'll hurt people's feelings, blah blah blah. Sooner or later, they're just gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna find some way to make it so that feelings aren't a thing.
But look at Britain. You can be arrested for praying in your head.
Yeah.
Standing in the street, silent, praying in your head. I think you're praying, so I'm going to arrest you.
Uh huh.
That's thought crime.
You can throw in Brave New World with the 1984 and Animal Farm.
And a bit of
too.
demolition. And a bit of demolition,
Yep,
man.
yep. Realize that we are roughly around 20, just around 20, a little over 20 years from when this was what you would get in primetime television.
Is that Stacy Keebler?
Yep.
I recognize that angle.
Well, hello.
You got good old JR. This is rated AM. This is rated AM.
Damn.
Puppies.
She's like, more. I need to get George
She's
Clooney
not-
interested.
Yeah,
She's
this was
not wet
before
enough.
George Clooney.
She's not wet enough.
My God, I'm tongue-tied. Man, that was a great pause. I didn't plan that, but
That's well paused. Yes. She knows the ropes.
yeah, the aggression arrow was great. So I
So
think,
this video got claimed.
no, it's fine.
Come every time you show even like 5 seconds of WWE, we get claimed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, probably.
I would think so.
Way to go, Chad.
I mean,
You
they're
could just
claiming
trim it out.
0.
You gonna
They're
cover
claim-
my losses?
I will gladly cover the 0. Neither one of us has made anything.
I need that money, Chad. Need that money.
But we're
I want my 50% of 0.
I want my $2.
It's my money and I want it now. I'm gonna call JG Wentworth.
Hey, Veruca.
who do we get? I want it now.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I
never
feel
mind.
like which
never
was
mind
the worst kid? Like, which one did you think was the worst? I always thought Veruca was the worst.
Veruca, by far.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, Augustus was just a greedy bastard for eating, but he doesn't really like hurt people.
Mike TV was just annoying.
He just a fame whore. Mike TV.
Violet was an idiot.
You're turning Violet, Violet. Take her to the juicing room.
To the juicing room. No, I think everybody thinks Veruca was the worst, except for people who act like Veruca.
Was she the one that got attacked by the squirrels?
In that one, yes.
In that one, yeah. It's the one I remember, because the most recent one I've seen.
Gross having that be your memory of Willy Wonka.
I mean, I have vague memories of, like, bits and pieces of the older one.
No, you need to go back and watch it then, because that's one of Gene Wilder's best performances ever.
You get nothing!
Nothing.
And it's really not made for kids.
No.
Nope, not in the slightest.
Even though we watched it a ton in the 80s.
I think he's the better Willy Wonka, definitely.
Yeah, and they're better songs.
I mean,
and better
Pure
Oompa Loompas.
Imagination is probably one of the most interesting, like, musical songs you'll ever hear. And I watched a video on YouTube a while back about how it's so incongruous, like those shifts within the song, and like it doesn't make any sense for it to work, but it does.
Yeah.
Like it shifts like up and down, up and down. Then you realize that it was also financed by like the Quaker Oats Company.
Right.
Because they randomly owned a movie studio briefly. And I was like, what are they doing?
I just like
Willy Wonka?
that Gene Wilder insisted on that the very first time you see him when he's walking with the cane, and then he does the roll into a flip and then back to standing up. He said he demanded that be in the movie, because from then on you don't know if you can trust anything that he says or does. That was the whole point of that scene.
Nice. That is true. How else would
Because he looks invalid at first, and then he turns out, no, I'm just fine. Just tricking you. Yeah, nobody's seen him for decades or whatever it's been, so that was Gene Wilder's contribution was, yeah, let's really keep them on their toes, and it worked. Because like the boat ride scene, he looked completely menacing and scary.
Yep.
I agree. I think that his performance is borderline unhinged, almost villainy, which is what
makes you think it would be nice to have seen Gene Wilder play an out-and-out evil villain, like in a Bond movie or something, just to see how it turned out, because he was clearly a very good actor.
Yep.
Yeah, oh no, don't stop.
Yeah.
All right.
No, stop, don't. It's great.
His best performance, of course, was in the Everything You Always Wanted to Know About Sex, But Were Afraid to Ask movie, where he falls in love with the sheep.
I like See No Evil, Hear No Evil, or is it the other way around?
I think you're right. See no evil, hear no evil.
Is that the
You
one
mean
where
I'm
he's...
black?
Yeah, that one was pretty funny.
Pryor and Wilder made a good good
They
mix.
did make a great team, yeah.
Who did you? All right, because like they were an interesting buddy pair that you wouldn't expect. Then you had 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nolte. I
don't think that worked as well.
No, obviously the number one pair most people would bring up would be Mel Gibson and Glover for Lethal Weapon. Was that your favorite buddy comedy, or would you go the
Tango and Cash?
Tango and Cash. I was gonna say, or would you go maybe the Beverly Hills Cop route with Axel Foley and the Beverly Hills Cop guys like Judge Reinhold and
Judge.
the other guy.
Any of y'all gonna see Anaconda? Are they making a new one?
Yeah,
Sorta.
It's like a comedy joke.
It's a comedy of them trying to go and remake Anaconda, and they end up living it instead.
Okay.
While they're trying to shoot the movie.
I will give them credit for the trailers. They do like a slow, like plotting build up to the remix of Sir Mix. Like Baby Got Back with My Anaconda Don't Want, the line.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good marketing thing. I think it's gonna bomb mightily at the box office. Jack Black, Paul Rudd doing an Anaconda movie just doesn't seem like it's gonna move the needle.
It seems like they're trying to play off of Tropic Thunder slightly. Like you get trapped in the actual thing when you think you were making a movie.
Yeah, it's like the movie is set, like it reminds me of a movie that is one of Mad's favorites about a wildlife filming crew.
Oh, yeah.
Which
What?
I think some of the same
Strange
people are in this
Wilderness,
one.
I think it was.
What about The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou?
I hate that movie.
Yeah, it's
You're
overrated.
not a fan of
I can't stand anything except for Royal Tenenbaums from him.
I like that too.
I like that one. Everything else he's made, hated.
This is hilarious.
Hated.
Because Royal Tenenbaums was the first time in my life I had heard the term cuckold used. And it was from Bill Murray when he was talking to was it Gwyneth Paltrow, and he was like,
Yeah.
you have made a cuckold
You've made
of
a
me.
cuckold of me.
And I was like, what the fuck is a cuckold? And then obviously we know in the next couple decades that became a very well-known term, which is crazy.
It's a lifestyle choice now, apparently.
I just don't understand how things were completely abnormal. I blame the internet, obviously.
We used to be a proper country.
We used to be a proper
Used to be a
country.
proper civilization.
Like,
Once upon a time.
I mean, honestly, prior to that, had you ever heard of that term?
No. Not that I'm aware of.
Only-
Well, I might have. Yeah.
There is a nature program that everybody goes back to now. You see clips of it every now and then. But there is a type of bird that literally kind of does that. It replaces the eggs or it places an egg in the nest of a different animal. And the name comes from that, I believe. Like the bird is called a cuckold or something like that.
Yeah. I think it is an older name. It has been around for a long time.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
I
that
do like Blazing Saddles, but I think my favorite is still Men in Tights.
cuckold emerged in the 13th century. Yeah.
So it has been around for a while.
I'm sure our boy Will used to write it in his plays as an insult, and I didn't pick up on it when I was in English class in the high school because I was
From Old French.
I
Is
spit in
that
your
what they
general
called?
direction.
Is that what they called all the men whose women went and found the Vikings up in Norman?
King Louis, I believe you have been made a cuckold.
I mean, technically in Braveheart,
Yeah, I was just thinking of that. It's portraying that.
I mean,
Never happened in reality, of course.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that
I don't think
Well,
that marriage was going to be consummated.
Sophie Marceau was hot. She wasn't.
Yeah.
And then she was turned, and then she gave one of the best villainous performances in a Bond movie in The World Is Not Enough.
World is not enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And then those assholes had to cast Denise Richards as a nuclear physicist.
Oh,
And
but
just-
come
Wait,
on.
wait,
Why is
wait,
this
wait.
here?
In a wet T-shirt, excellent.
The recent Christmas Hoarders TV show had a husband that supported
Christmas
his wife
Jones.
as she lives with her gay boyfriend, and he visits when he's not working endless hours.
Jesus.
I'm gonna go back to the gay boyfriend.
I'm
and-
gonna say she's maybe telling her husband he's gay, but he's not gay.
Wow.
Because
Pretty
there's
sad, though.
there's a lot of problems I have with this statement in general.
Yeah.
And
Where to begin?
specifically, yeah, like
Like, there are a lot of keywords here that do not align with other keywords.
Was it the Christmas episode of Hoarders, or were they actually hoarding Christmas stuff? Were they Christmas hoarders?
No idea.
oh,
Anyway.
X has fielded up another Brahma clip for me, but I don't know if we should put it on.
A
Might be
Brahma
little
clip?
little bit too much.
How do you get that on your X feed? All I've got is freaking Amfest right now with everybody screaming at each other, and then the resulting videos being or clips being made of everybody screaming at each other.
Dude, you
I'm
gotta
sure
curate
Charlie
your
would be
X-feed better.
Sure Charlie would be very proud of what's going on right now.
Well, I mean, if you curate your X feed a little bit better, Brahma. Here, I'll show you.
I curate it for Sunday and Saturday nights.
If you curate your X feed, this is the kind of content you'll get.
Paige Spiranak?
Yeah, see, and wait, it'll go slow mo.
The slow motion? Yeah, she has been very proud of her slow motion drives.
This reminds me of High School of the Dead.
This is a physics video, is it?
Yeah, did you see how things moved independent?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
See, if you back up, and the
And to
left
the
one
left.
always
Back,
goes a little
back and to the left. Back
There you go.
and to
Back
the
and
left.
to the left. Back and to the left. This is the Zapruder film of our generation. This is why I go golfing to Top Golf with my wife. And first she's left-handed. And then, obviously, she's a woman, and she's like, what am I doing wrong with my swing? And I was like, I have no idea how to tell you to swing. You have a few things.
You've got to swing around those.
I was like, you've got things that I don't have to deal with, and you're left-handed, so I have no clue how to... You're wrong-handed. Start hitting with your right hand.
See, I don't have that problem because I golf left and right-handed. So I can give lessons left and right-handed. They won't be good lessons. But I can understand the lefty swing because I actually started golfing left-handed. Then I switched to right, and now I just carry both sets. A couple of clubs from left, a couple of clubs from right. Makes things interesting. I don't think I've ever had anybody who's played with me, like that got grouped up with me, that wasn't like, what the hell is happening here?
Eric going with the Seinfeld reference. That is one magic Louis.
Yep.
Yeah, so yeah, if you curate your feed, I have a good mix of politics too. But I get stuff like that. I get anime recommendations. It has been ridiculous how much in the last 2 weeks I've noticed. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, random just people like you are putting movie clips. Is that a new thing that you've noticed too, where they're doing just clips from movies? And
That's been going on for a while. It's
I mute
just
them.
clickbait because they're just trying to get you to go and comment, hey Grok, what movie is this?
Yeah.
Like that Hillary Duff picture that goes around about every 2 months.
I am not unhappy that I saw that, but oh, here's one for Slender instead, because the X quote is I wouldn't say it publicly, but if I win the lottery, there would be signs. I could see this happening. All right, Slender, you ready?
What are we looking at?
That if you won the lottery, you might not announce it publicly, but there would be signs. And this is the patio work.
This sounds like what Imp does on Tuesday nights while we're trying to do a show.
Starting to see it come together now.
I mean, I see it.
I feel like you wouldn't mind having something like that.
Dude, I would totally put that on my fire pit.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty snazzy design to do with stone. Good for him.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
I wanna get a tech deck and build it around around my fire pit. You know, the what is it, like the corrugated plastic or whatever? Because I don't want to build a wooden deck. Those are a lot of work.
Yep. All right. Where is? I don't want. I'm trying to pull up a nice. Way to end the show with a fun thing. All right. What do you guys? Let's see if we got.
I would vamp, but I don't know what you're doing.
I was trying to do music.
You
music
just
thing.
barely get into starting to say something and then just taper off.
Because
we're all waiting to see if you're going to finish.
I'm looking. Trying.
You looking for a short
mark.
trivia?
Yeah,
We could-
Yeah, I
we
was
could
looking
talk
at
about
a
Buddy-
short-
Wrap it here.
Because honestly, all right, real quick, I don't know about doing a show next week because it's
'Cause
the
of
day after
Christmas?
Christmas. And I got a little bit going on, so I was thinking might skip next week. What do you think, Slender?
Wow, you're gonna skip next week.
This could be the collapse of the whole.
It is-
the
You know,
whole
you used to
edifice
be-
could collapse.
You used to be in this every week. We'd rise and grind, get the shit done, and now you're like, I don't want to do
We
a
did
show
the
next
day
week.
after Thanksgiving. It's because Trump made it a federal holiday.
Why don't we play it by ear?
Yeah, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah,
That should
we'll
be
play
free.
it.
Here's the thing: if we don't do a show next week, I'll probably still stream something. Cause
What
I'll be
happened
free.
to Bros Before Fam? You changed, man.
You changed, man. You've changed.
yeah, seriously.
So short trivia? Not 100? Not a 50?
Well, there's
Like a
no such
30?
thing as a short trivia. Let's just do the plugs and call it an early.
There
show.
is if it's music trivia and it's me in 70s.
Okay, if you want to do music trivia, you're welcome to. Just know, I'm not gonna be here. I'll come back later.
You're playing games anyway.
I'm not playing games right now. I've been looking through my library. Also,
Did you ever
there's-
play Dead Cells?
There's good sales going on. Yeah, I have Dead Cells.
Okay, I just picked it up yesterday. I didn't know about it and
It's
saw a video on
alright.
it.
It's pretty good.
I like
it's
it.
short. It's real short.
Well,
All right.
That
depending
would
on
be my only complaint.
like the unlocking of everything and the first playthrough is short.
You
'Cause
get like maybe 3 hours, 5 hours out of it, and then you will have seen everything the game has to offer.
with all the DLCs,
I don't know. Maybe I didn't play the DLCs.
it's got like 8 DLCs, like Castlevania and a whole bunch of other things.
I don't know. I was following that on release, and it was one of those ones that went to Xbox Game Pass, so I played it like day one.
You may want to check it. It's like $25 right now on Steam with all of the DLCs.
With all the DLCs? Okay.
All of them.
Yeah, I've been watching things in the Steam sale. I
Yeah.
think there's a Dead Cells 2 now as well.
It didn't pop up when I searched Dead Cells.
Oh, maybe
Or,
maybe
not
they're
that I saw.
developing it.
Not to be confused with Dead Souls.
Dead
And
Souls?
what else did I pick up on
Is
the
there a game
sale?
called Dead Souls?
There's a lot of
There
good
was.
stuff on sale.
I got
I
one
almost
gun
picked up
guy.
Hogwarts Legacy just because it's $6 right now.
What else was there? I got a whole bunch of roguelites.
You can also pick up Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition for $12.
Oh, I've never played it.
Yeah. Oh, Imp wanted us to pick up Pummel Party. He thinks that would be a fan favorite if we streamed it.
Replacement for party animals.
Yeah. I know exactly what it is. I've seen my kids play it, and I'm just like, I don't want to play that fucking game.
I like that Mad didn't know Reen Tambo. And we never told him.
It's like, what is this all about? All right.
If I was a house at Hogwarts, it would be what's
Ravenclaw.
I'd be Ravenclaw.
You'd be Slytherin.
Yeah, Slytherin all the way.
Well, I'd be Ravenclaw because I'm a good person.
No,
That's true.
We're
No.
both saying you'd be Slytherin.
No. I take that back because Slender, even though you don't necessarily always see it, has a very strict moral code, and it genuinely bothers him to cross it. So that would be putting him into the Ravenclaw is basically Slytherin without the evil, whereas Hufflepuff is Gryffindor without the courage.
Hufflepuff is Gryffindor without the balls.
That's what I just said. Courage.
I don't know on Pummel Party.
I'm not a villain. I'm a good person.
You're an anti-hero.
I'm not an anti-hero either. I'm getting tired of anti-heroes.
Well, Agent of Chaos.
Yep. All right, real quick. So we've got the most streamed songs from 2025. Let's see
then
how
none
many
of us
of
are
these.
going to know any of it.
That's the game. How many of these will we actually even know?
Of course, they could be old ones.
Well, if it's got streamed enough.
No
This looks like K-pop.
What the fuck is this?
No idea.
200 million streams.
Nope.
Nope. Don't know that one. Nope. Don't know this one. This is worldwide.
Yeah, I think you missed with this.
Oh, by the way, this is who you're going to be hearing at your
Super
halftime
Bowl.
show. Yeah.
The one I won't be
I
watching.
picked one that I could basically just let run for 13 minutes, and we're not going to have. I know
Heard
the
of
artist
Calvin
name,
Harris. I've heard of,
but I've never heard of this song.
Nope.
I mean,
this is the best one so far.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do chat a favor.
More bad.
A Machiavelli production. The stream's now behind, but there's no need to be glum. We'll return with more jests, with humor to come. So click that damn subscribe and let the good vibes thrive. For the next grand stream, we'll surely jive.
Ascend and on, we've charted the street with synapses sparking, hilarity you can't believe.
You brought your joy, so now you must go. But keep the party in your heart, yo. Keep the giggles, keep the banter, keep the screens to light. Until our next stream, keep the fun in sight. In this virtual voyage where streams do end, remember with Ascendant art, we'll always fucking ascend. Oops, we forgot about Imp, he's bound to reappear. With chaos in his wake, all we can do is persevere. Are you happy now, Imp?